Hey, greetings, family. Hope everyone is doing well. Today I was walking around getting to know some people. Usually I'll just take a walk, strike a conversation. And almost everyone I met has something to say about the way the world is at this moment. A lot of weird things have been happening for decades. I know I'm not that old to be a century old, but I know there's been something happening for the last 2,000 years. And you could see that they want to confine, constrict, control almost every biological thing on this planet. People, animals, elements. And if you look deeper into it, you can see how long it's been going on. See, the 1900s have been an amazing time. We can see that our great-grandparents and our parents and our grandparents, all of them were witnessing something totally different. A lot more freedoms, for sure. And I think my generation, the Generation X, we were the last ones to really see a little bit of the freedoms. I think the last bit was around the 1970s, 1980s, somewhere around there. And that's when I guess the powers that be made enough money and made a lot of advances in technology to destroy the world that we're in. Now, there are a lot of videos out there debunking our history, and everything that's been happening. You can go ahead, research that. I've had a couple of sites where I would sit there and have a lot of information for you, but I noticed that it gets eliminated and these videos come down a lot quicker once you have that presented to the world. But there are a lot of things that we need to change, and the number one thing we need to change is to unify, come together as one planet, because what they call the powers that be are what we call governments and oligarchies and politicians, and all of this is a kakistocracy, a global cabal, maybe one corporation that sits there and destroys everywhere on the planet. I would love to see all of us just stand up and say no compliance. But I know it's very difficult because of the systems that they put into place, especially the systems that have us running around for this paper called money. I've been in 69 countries, and in 69 countries I've been able to see some beautiful things. I've been able to see that people still barter, help one another. There's no one that I've ever met that wanted to destroy this world or start a war or destroy nature in itself. Everyone that I have met has always enjoyed nature, being out there, gardening, enjoying the nature, walks. But there's something diabolical happening at this moment. How do we all unite? I try to think about that, and I'm sure there are others out there that have some ideas. You're welcome to put them in the comments. But I believe that all of us really need to stand. Humanity is a special breed. It really is. Human beings are a special breed. They're not just physical beings with a flesh-formed body. You are everything. You're able to access so many different things. And it's not even on a 3D level. You're able to surpass the 5D And I've seen that and I've done it. But the way that they deliver all this information to us, trying to destroy our mindset, trying to destroy our spirit, our energy, I think it's time for us all to unite. I don't want to say fight back, because they're the ones with the weapons. And if we were to fight, we would definitely need the 1% of the military that has been discarded, if we do that. But I really believe that all of us can say no and have a non-compliance around the world that would change everything overnight. It really would. And I believe you have it in you. I know you have it in you. There are many videos going around with the Chosen and light workers, star seeds, indigo children. That's also a group that we could put in the 1% category. There's a whole bunch. And there's also this 1% that seem to think that they rule us. And that 1% is very scared right now. Very scared. Because they don't want us to step into what we are, what we truly are. And we are powerful, powerful celestial beings. Our body, yes, does come from two people creating a seed and an egg and sharing it. But what's inside is immaculate. It's perfection. It's powerful. And we're able to access all of these powers, all of this energy. I believe it's time for all of us to take a stand. Every single continent, every single person on this planet. Not to just sit out there and comment on social media, but to stand up and say no. This is not supposed to happen anymore. But we know that there are so many things changing. Ever since I've come back here to the States, I've seen major changes. That surprised the heck out of me, because when I was young, those changes were not happening or allowed to happen at that moment. This corporation called government has been implementing plans for thousands of years, and they're all in a family lineage. You can consider that the bloodline. But there's so many of us that are also in a bloodline. But I don't think that has anything to do with who we are, what we are. We all come from somewhere special. That energy, that celestial being, that astral being. We're so powerful that if we do stand, everything of theirs falls. We could do it in one day. You know, for instance, if you were ever ill and you couldn't go to work or you couldn't go to the store, you were able to boycott that for that time. Now, I know that there are a lot of people out there, because I've met a lot of people on the street, and there's a huge amount that are houseless. They call it homeless. But these people also want a better world. They're not sitting there trying to destroy it. They're just trying to survive. And they have us in this survival mental mode. And it's also in our spirit, but we have to break away from that. Because as I said before, you are a special being, created a special way. And it has everything to do with our inheritance, what we are, where we come from. And it may be difficult for most of us to access it because of the belief that we have. We do not really sit there and believe that we are just a majestic supreme being. But if you can, I'd like for you to reach out to every single person that you know and let them know that something big is coming. For instance, they're going to have a new wave of the V word, which happened in 2023. They called it COVID. And now, since the COVID, they realized that there are a lot of people that volunteered for it. Now they see that there's a place to make money from it, so now they're going to request you to flip the bill for it. Now, if you want to flip the bill for infecting yourself, that's your choice. But there is no reason for you to infect yourself. The powers that be cannot control everything, and they do not control everything. So it's time for us to really shake ourselves awake. If you need to pinch yourself, pinch yourself. But right now, we have to be unified as a world, as a species, the human species. We'll label it that, even though we're much more than just human. We are a fabulous species. And the thing is, we do not need to be governed by anyone or anything. There's something that governs us. It's right inside here. So if you can tap into it, if you can tap into your energy, if you can tap into your DNA, if you can tap into your Akashic records, and remember how powerful you are, that road begins for you. And I really love you guys, I really do. And I really think it's time for us to unite. No matter where we are on the planet, they still have this internet open for everyone, social media open for everyone. Of course, they're banning things when you put negative responses in there. But there are other platforms that we could reach out to each other, which they still haven't taken away from us. So if you can, find those platforms and let's unite. I love you guys. In Lakesh.